So what we're going to do now, bring in Ash and Pinello. The reason I told you to leave Ash and Pinello's ruby rings off is that they need to crit themselves right now. So instead of having to come in here and remove the ruby rings, you might as well just leave them off. And then we're going to go ahead and put the battle speed back on fastest. Bosch has Mirror Mail on, which reflects him, so you don't have to take him out of the party for the critting. So you're just going to go ahead and do a Thundara on Ash. And since Bosch did get hit, we're just going to go ahead and throw an X Potion on him, just so he's at full health. Alright, so once they're critted down, this is when you want to remove Bosch's Mirror Mail, so you can buff him. And we're going to buff him with Protect, Decoy, and Bubble. Bubble, Protect, Lure, and then make sure you put his Mirror Mail back on, that is for sure. Okay. And then you want to go into this fight with your Ash and Pinello's Gambits on. So, oops. Okay, I caught myself here. I did forget something. Gotta put the ruby rings back on. They gotta have Reflect on. Alright, now we're good to go. That could have been a problem. Potentially Fire Striker. I might. Okay, so first round here, this is the same kind of thing as the first Gabranth fight, where the ATB can clog sometimes. So if both your Firagas go off here, you're good. But if not, you're going to have to kite Bosch. So we'll see what happens. Alright, they both went off, so it should be good to go. Nice block. Okay, remember, Gabranth can block magic, so that's why we're having to cast another 2 rounds of Firaga here. See, it missed by 1 hit. He blocked 1 Firaga, so that happens.
Have I walked in hatred's company? As long as I can curse your name.
Okay, here's the thing. This, you have to do this, you have to open the menu here extremely quickly or this will not work, this next spot right here. Okay, so as soon as you can, open the menu. You're going to have Pinello cast Reflect on Gabranth, and you need to do this as soon as possible. And then the other thing to make sure is that Bosch is the closest person to Gabranth, because what you just saw there, we casted a Reflect on Gabranth, because he cast the spell Renew. Renew pretty much, I guess, completely restores his HP, which you don't want to happen. If not, it restores his HP by a substantial amount. So that's why, and remember, when spells are reflected in this game, it hits the nearest enemy, or the nearest person in this case, which is Bosch. Now, if I didn't move Bosch, it would have hit Ash, and that would have not put her in critical HP anymore, and that ruins Spellbreakers. So that's why you have to make sure that Bosch is the closest person to Gabranth. And then after that, it should just be Gambited Firagas for the win, and there you go. So that's Gabranth2. There's this game isn't that run that much chronic. There's 2 other people, Freddy, the world record holder, and a Yokai Dragoon. He's done a segmented run of this game. They both run this game every now and again. I know Freddy really hasn't been that much because he's focusing on Marathon, and Yokai just hasn't in a couple weeks. But if anything, I would definitely follow Yokai Dragoon. I'll put his name in chat. And Freddy, he's a freaking amazing runner of this game. He's doing Tales of Xillia at the moment. But yeah, definitely go give them a follow. And then the other person that's ran this game is Nitrodon. He does not run this game anymore. But he is very knowledgeable on this run. He also is the world record holder for Valkyria Chronicles, which is a strategy RPG. So I would definitely follow all 3 of those guys. They're great people. Okay, so after this... Okay, so after this, I'm gonna go in. I forgot to turn off their gambits. If you forget to turn off their gambits, you just have to ATB reset them. So we're gonna take off Mirror Mail and recast all of Bosch's buffs here. Oh wait, that was a mistake. Okay. Let me redo that. Okay. So this part is actually complicated. It's one of the only parts in the run that I can think of off the top of my head where you actually have to time when you cast buffs, which I wasn't supposed to there, and you'll see why right now. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to hit this elevator. And you have to count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. That's when you cast buffs. Because otherwise decoy will run out and that is not good. And finally, as soon as those land, make sure you re-equip Mirror Mail and take Ash and Penel out of the party. And then hopefully it should be about half a second to 1 second left on the elevator. That's when you know you did it right. And that's why it can be a little bit risky, because if you wait too late to cast those buffs, then Ash and Penelo will be in the party and the buffs won't go off. So that's why you really have to time that. Alright, so this is Vayne. It's a fairly simple fight, but you can get trolled in more than one way. It's another boss where you kite him. Alright, so just like Ariman, you wait until he's targeted, then bring out Ash and Penelo, and we'll go and turn on their gambits. And then you just pretty much kite him around like this. Okay, and you actually want Larsa to die there. The reason is because Larsa can heal you with high potions. She'll most likely pick Ash or Penelo. If they get healed, they're out of Spellbreaker and you're fucked. So, that is really, if you can get Larsa to die like that, that is good. Here, you do not move. If you move, Mach Wave will hit one of the ladies. You don't want that. You want Bosch to take the hit. And finally, after Mach Wave, you don't move until he gets targeted again. And as soon as he gets targeted, you need to make sure that they're all three grouped together so that you deal enough damage quickly. And then after that, you just start kiting again. There you go. And again, you see he readied Force of Will there. If you do it any slower than that, Force of Will go off, and that's not good. Okay? So that's Vayne. Alright. Alright, so we have Vayne Novus here. First thing you want to do is switch Mirror Mail for Diamond Armor. You're going to have... oh, we need to turn off their gambits. I'll go and ATB reset them just for safety. Alright, so what you're going to do here is you're going to have Bosch cast Dispel on Vayne Novus. You're going to have Ash cast Decoy on Bosch to replenish his Decoy. And then when Dispel finishes halfway up in the ATB, remember, Dispel and Oil have to be staggered or the Oil will not land. Once the Dispel cast is about halfway full, that's when you cast Oil on Vayne. Once Decoy lands here, I have to re-equip Mirror Mail, which acts as an ATB reset. And then I need to heal Bosch because he's getting pretty low on health. And I'm going to go and ATB reset him again. And then after this, you just bring them up and start casting gambits for the first phase. You want to do this until he starts readying the move Azure Vortis. And I'll go ahead and throw another, uh-oh. Okay.
Ivalice will know a new dynast king, and man will keep his own history. The tyranny of the gods is ended. We are their puppets no more. The freedom for which we have.
Alright, so after that cutscene, I'm going to go and turn off Gambits, and then you want to recast Dispel and Oil on Vayne. Once that is halfway, then you do Oil. And we're going to go ahead and have Bosch throw an X potion on himself. And we'll do an ATB well, hold on. Once Oil lands, okay, so Azure Vortis is being readied right now. At this time, this is when you want to take everyone out of the party. So let's go ahead and do an ATB reset. So Bosch isn't targeted anymore, and this is when you want to bring out Balthier to eat damage. So what you do is you pretty much just chill here until Azure Vortis goes off. Or Invoidable Will. Azure Vortis is when you know Invoidable Will is going to go off. So that's when you need to make sure you bring him out at that time. Because otherwise, Ash and Penelo can die and you're fucked. Okay? Once he's dead, this is also important. You must wait until this message comes up. If you do not, it will mess with Vayne Novus's AI, and you'll be fucked. So you need to wait for that to come up. So this is when you'll bring Bosch out. Make sure he's hugging Vayne. As soon as he's targeted, that's when you can bring out Ash and Penella. Chuck, I would do nothing but show them death. And then once that happens, you just want to Gambit Firagas on Vayne Novus. Now, the most important thing for this part, if you look at the enemies on this map, you see that there's 6 enemies on this map. And remember, when you reflect damage off of yourself, it hits the nearest enemy. So what you need to really be sure is that since all these enemies are flying around the screen, you want to make sure that Bosch, Ash, and Penella are all like hugging Vayne, if you will. So that they're all closest to Vayne and all the Firagas hit Vayne. So that's just something to be sure of. I'm just going to move Ash and Penella just a little bit closer just for the hell of it. And you should just pretty much let the Gambits run out here. As you can see, the game gets really laggy here. So many things going on. Okay, so that's Vayne Novus. Now the final fight, the Undying. Hello, Bobbykins. Okay. Alright, so, Undying, final fight. Immediately put on diamond armor. You're going to turn off their gambits. You're going to want to do decoy on Bosch and bubble on Bosch. And then you want to have Bosch himself dispel the Undying. Alright, once... Uh-oh. Okay, this is a troll. This is a troll. This isn't supposed to happen. This is just RNG. Okay, let's see if I haven't dealt with this situation in a while, so let's see if I can do it. Alright, so go to ATB reset everyone. I'm gonna need to throw an X potion as soon as... Okay, yeah, this is a problem. Okay. Let's see if you know what, let's see if we can do it. Alright, so X potion Bosch, and we'll go ahead and have Ash res Penella. Alright. And then have Hash hit herself so she's in critical. Throw X potion on Bosch. Alright. Alright, so now everyone's good to go. So if someone dies here, it's not the end of the world. You just gotta keep your composure. Okay. Now at this point, this is when you can start turning everyone's gambits and start Firagging to death. So there's one more important part here. You'll notice something you have to look out for. As soon as you see Undying starts casting Mega Flare like this, you need to make sure he is nowhere near Ash and Penella, or they will get hit by the Mega Flare. That's super important. So then after that, it's pretty much GG. So you pretty much just need to keep on casting Firaga here until you see him start using Magic Barrier. At that point, that's when you need to switch out your party members. Alright, Magic Barrier. So turn off Gambits. ATB reset everyone. Go back into the field so that they are untargeted. Remember, you can't remove a enemy in this, or a party member in this game if they're targeted. So at this point, you'd remove everyone, bring out Vaughn or Fran, doesn't really matter. You just want someone to eat the damage. And then he uses Ascension. Alright, so once she's dead, bring out Bosch. Now, you note here that he does not have Decoy, which is okay, because at this point in time, if you do everything right, the Undying won't even attack you anymore. So at this point, you would just bring out Ash, Penello, and Bosch. And again, just make sure that Bosch's Mirror Mail on, make sure everyone's reflected, and then just Firaga him for the win. And that's how you beat FF12.